Looks like we got it working this time. We are live now. Got it working. Thank goodness. Yeah, we'll see. So we are basically in a waiting room. Officer Chayne doesn't know that we're all here. And there we go. Officer Chayne doesn't know that we're here. And so we're kind of hiding out. And so he doesn't know that we're about to present him with not only a Thin Blue Line Citizens Eco Watch, but also with a Bridge the Blue shirt, as well as we're going to have to order a hat.
That's okay.
But yeah, and so for those of y'all that don't know, on the 28th of October, which was National First Responders Day, we not only fed for law enforcement first responders from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., but at 1:30, we actually read some nominations because 2 weeks prior to that, we had received nominations from several of you guys nominating your favorite Leos. You included a picture, you included the name, the department, as well as why you were nominating that Leo. And it just so happened that we received one from Terry Brothers, and that is Terry right there. And so we received a nomination from you nominating your son, and the story, I'm sure you remember, I teared up, and I'm probably going to tear up again tonight. We're super honored to receive that nomination from you, and we're honored to be here to be able to present it. And so while we're waiting to go in there and present Officer Chayne, your son, with this watch, do you mind telling everybody just how proud of him you are?
Oh, it's hard to put into words how proud I am. I mean, I never expected him to do this. This is not what he went to school for. Never dreamed he would become a police officer. And he has come so far since going through the academy, being injured, and doing all the things on patrol, all the stories I've heard. And now he's here at the VCD, and he's just doing awesome. And his dad is here with me as well.
Say hi, Pops.
Just showing our pride and be here to help present the award. And we brought cookies for the officers tonight too.
I want a cookie. I want a cookie.
There might be some left over. We'll see.
So, whenever I was reading about the traffic stop that he made and how he was hit, and then the person just took off, and whenever I read both of his wrists being broken,
the driver took off running.
Oh, took off running.
He took off running.
Wow.
And he was caught.
Good.
He was caught.
Good deal.
He was arrested. So that's all I can say right now.
That's just crazy. And the thing is that I don't think that the public truly understands what it means to be a law enforcement officer. You know, I got law enforcement blood in my family, as well as firefighter blood, as well as Air Force blood, Army blood, Marine blood. But I personally have never served. You know, for all intents and purposes, I'm just a patriot that supports not only law enforcement but first responders and military. But you know, I look at these guys. I look at these guys over here. You know, I look at this gentleman. What was your name again?
Greg Clark.
Officer Greg Clark. Sergeant Greg Clark. Yeah, absolutely. And then, you know, we have these two gentlemen over here, and you know, they're just regular people that do a job. And I apologize if you guys didn't want to be on camera, but they're just regular people, and that, you know, and I think you had mentioned that you didn't know that or that this isn't initially what your son wanted to do.
He was a medical assistant at a doctor's office before this.
What provoked him, or what inspired him? A ride along?
Yeah. That and the off-duty officer working a side job at the doctor's office that he became friends with.
Wow.
Convinced him to apply.
Wow.
He first applied with another department and they turned him down, thank goodness. And then he applied at Houston and they took him on.
Wow. You know, you never go into law enforcement to get rich. No. You always do it because it's a calling. and you do it because you believe it's something that you can do to give back and to make a difference. And so
you want to help the community and be out there to help people. And a lot of officers say, well, I want to do it because I want to help. They don't realize the depth of the job.
Right.
What you're going to see every day, every night. The calls that you're going to get, how bad they can be.
Yeah.
It's not just helping a little old lady across the street. It's much more.
Sometimes it can be that. I had a buddy of mine, his name's Sonny. He was with Missouri City PD, and he became a detective. And he was a detective for a couple of years and actually went back to patrol because he said the things that he saw as a detective, it messes with your head. And it was impacting his family life. It was impacting his sense of well-being. He could not handle it. And so I think that a lot of people just don't quite understand. It's kind of like the people that go into the military just because they want to get an education. They soon learn that there's a lot more to going into the military than just getting a free ride on your education.
It is the basic training is tough.
But what's amazing is a lot of those people come out on the other side thankful that they did it, thankful that they get to serve, and so we're just waiting here. We are patiently waiting, and it's about that time. Troy,
Blue Crew.
yeah, you get to say what's up, Blue Crew, this time. So show everybody your gator real quick.
Well, that's kind of personal.
Look at that, we the people.
Come on.
Love it. So Troy, how excited and honored do you feel to be able to present Officer Chayne with this?
The law enforcement community across this country is not recognized near enough. And we should be doing way more than what we're doing to recognize these guys and gals who are putting on this badge every day and the sacrifices that they're making. So to me, it's a true honor. It really is. Anytime and every time that we get to stand before these guys and not only honor them, but just get to know them. It really is a privilege. So it's an extreme honor to be here tonight. And, we're honoring one, but it's really all of them that's going to be present tonight that is due to the honor. They all deserve it. They all deserve it. So, yeah, it's an honor to be here.
Including you. To be able, as an officer yourself, to be able to present this award to a fellow brother. That's got to feel extra special to you.
It feels good. I know the sacrifice.
Yeah.
I know what they've gone through. Some of them, and continue to go through every day. So I get it. So it really is an honor.
Awesome. Is there anything that you would like to say just as an encouragement to anybody that's watching that may be looking at going into law enforcement?
Well, there's a couple things I can say. One, for those of you who are considering it, I strongly encourage you to look at the process and look at the possibilities, because I agree with Lee. It's more of a calling than it is anything on your life. It's not just a job. If it's just a job, it's probably not the job for you in reality. But if it's a passion and a heart desire and so forth, then more than likely you got the potential of making a great officer. A lot of departments, they used to hire by the abilities and so forth that you had and so forth. But, so many departments have gone away from that and are hiring more officers or potential officers that truly have the heart and the passion and so forth, and that are trainable. Because most of the things that they need to know can be trained. You can be taught all those things. But to really have that heart and that passion, that desire to go out and serve the community, that's something that you're born with for the most part, and is developed in you at an early age. So that's what I'd recommend. Just follow your heart and go after it. So we need good people across this country applying every day, because there's so many departments that are lacking good people and officers stepping up to the plate. So get out there and apply and see. Maybe it won't work, but just maybe you might be the next person that saves a life.
Come on, so good, man. And it sounds like we're ready. We are ready. All right.
Thank y'all for coming. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for what you do, Sergeant. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you guys too. Appreciate y'all.
It's good to meet y'all.
Take care.
Don't work too hard.
You remember everybody. Don't know you. Lord.
You would have been a year after this crash. I let you cross. You doing okay? Good to see you.
They're gonna carry me out. Why are you sweating, man?
No, what nervous now. I'm like, damn.
My birthday's in Thank you. Thank you.
I was looking the bowl last night.
What's the drink?
Everybody else can.
You miss me.
Don't worry, I'm gonna find you.
Macho? Y'all live us in Hamble? Y'all live us?
Not only here to bring cookies. Bridge the Blue is also here to award Shane with something special. His name was drawn on National Law Enforcement Day. And so they're here to make a long presentation and then y'all can get to work.
So first and foremost, I just want to thank each and every one of you for what you guys do. As an organization with Bridge the Blue, our whole heartbeat is to help bridge the gap between law enforcement and community. You guys already have a hard enough job. The last thing you're going to need is a community that's also turned its back on you. And so our heartbeat really is to help bridge that gap. So that together, not just you guys, but also the community, we can make America safe again. So on the 28th of October, it was National First Responders Day. And we had several people that sent in nominations for across the country for Leos. And we also fed you guys. And so we spent the day feeding first responders from about 11 to 2. And one of the nominations that we got in that we read was for Ofc Brothers here. And so to basically kind of take it over from here, I want to introduce you guys to our founder, who just celebrated, I think, 30 years in law enforcement just this last month. He's the reason why I'm here. And I'm just the creative director, but everything that is in this guy's heart for the last 3 years now, what Bridge the Blue has been able to do in the community, especially this year, all was because of this man here. And so this guy walks the same beats that y'all do. He understands the struggles that you guys go through. And so this is not just the founder, but he's also a brother of mine, my best friend. And so this is Troy Skeen. So Troy, I'm going to go ahead and hand this over to you and let you do the honors.
No problem. Appreciate you guys and gals. Y'all look amazing. But you know that, right? There's a couple of you opened those cookies really fast. I noticed it. So. No, it's a real honor to be here. Like Lee said, originally I got sworn in about 30 years ago this last month, and I just love the job. I still do it part-time because I love the job, not because I make any money, as y'all know, okay? But because I love the job. But I also went into business 20-some years ago and started a nonprofit called Bridge to Blue about 3 years ago. And again, the goal was not to only honor law enforcement and so forth, but to actually be able to take law enforcement and honor them, the guys and gals, but also to work with the community and see a bridge reestablished and built between the two, and see that relationship, rekindled the way it used to be to one degree, but even better. Okay? So we do a lot of different activities, around the country and stuff. Everything from big events to small ice cream socials. It's about getting the community and law enforcement together in a lot of those things. We just had Lee Greenwood up in Conroe for 9/11. It was a great day. But this one was just all about getting responses from across the country and just hearing stories, about different officers and so forth. And it wasn't that your name, and your story stood out above everybody else's, because the truth is there was a lot of amazing stories from officers all across this country, the things that they're doing and things that they've done, and sacrifices they've made and continue to make. But to be honest, we just put everybody's name in a hat, okay? And your name was drawn.
It was a to-go bowl.
That's true.
To-go bowl.
It was to-go bowl. There's a couple things we would like to bless you with, but first of all, you know what? Let's if you don't mind, would you read the letter that was sent in?
What ended up happening again?
For Ofc Brothers.
So this is a nomination that was sent in from his mom, Terry. She says, "I would like to nominate Ofc Chayne Brothers." And if I get emotional, I apologize. I actually teared up whenever we did this live a couple weeks ago. During the last 2 weeks of the academy, his ankle was broken during the Red Man Challenge. Chief Acevedo and the sergeant discussed the situation and allow Chayne to graduate with his class and not be required to wait and complete the last 2 weeks of the next class. Part of this decision was due to Ofc Brothers being near the top of his class. He worked very hard to be at the top of class 228. Then in 2018, he was injured in the line of duty while assisting someone who had just been in a wreck. Ofc Brothers was hit by a drunk driver, both wrists broken, and left on the road. The drunk driver fled the scene. Ofc Brothers was barely able to radio for help due to his wrist bones going in different directions and tendons torn. Thank God that help arrived. And since all this happened, he married a beautiful lady, and they have a baby who was born at 27 weeks gestation. Quite the challenge. Also, during the pandemic, he could not go to the NICU to hold his baby. Ofc Brothers has since been promoted and is off of patrol duty and working in the Vehicular Crimes Division. He serves the city of Houston proudly.
Sorry. She wrote it. That was my point. So, anyway, here's a Bridge to Blue shirt. Just want to give that to you. Then also, got this watch. We didn't go that far, sorry.
I say Bolex, not Rolex.
But it's a Blue Line Citizens watch.
There you go. There you go, bro.
A gold card that's all
Way to go, bro.
being engraved and everything.
Thank you so much.
And there's one other thing that nobody knows about that would also like to give you.
Okay.
Actually, to you and your wife. Next year, we were actually going to do it early. Oh my gosh, this is where I'm going to cry. Because of COVID and everything's just pushed back. So now, right now, it's scheduled for September. But we'd like to give you tickets to our Bridge to Blue cruise.
Oh my
It's a 5-day cruise.
We were wanting to plan a cruise.
Say thank you.
beyond expectations, right? I mean, we just do our job out here, and I mean, the hand of that.
Why do you do the job? Why do you do the job?
I like to give back to the city. And I think that, we're the, obviously, it's cliche, but the blue line is between us and the chaos. And someone's got to do it right. So I enjoy it every day. I like coming to work, working with a good group of guys here. Vehicular crimes, I like this division a lot. And what up with patrol is just, it's a crazy job. You never know what you're going to see, but I mean, you truly stand between chaos, the good side. So that's what I like to do. And, yeah, I enjoy it.
Way to go, bro. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you all.
Thank you.
Certainly. You guys, gals, if you're not on there already, we have on the Facebook group, we have a private group, 100 and some thousand people, called Silent No More. And we invite y'all to get on there. It's a positive group. We have 20-some moderators that moderate the group, don't allow in any political stuff. We don't do allow a whole lot of sales stuff. It's just mainly encouragement from one to another. So just invite y'all to be on there. There's also the Richard Lou page, but a lot of good stuff and a lot of camaraderie. So invite y'all to be on there. All right, well that's it.
Where to go, bro? Not what I expected to come to work here today. That was coming to work just regular old day.
Hopefully it means you'll have a good night.